decision time. One choice is to keep things as they are, stagnant, no jobs, no economic growth, a broken health system, the sliding dollar, but above all, a government that fails to protect its citizens, hold its officials to account, and inspire hope. The government points to passing IMF tests as the main reason to keep them in power, which means keeping things as they are. To pass the IMF tests, the government uses a tax and cut strategy. They reach into our pockets, take more taxes, and cut spending below what is required on the things that are important to us. And after increasing our taxes and suppressing our wages, the government now wants to charge us fees for schools and hospitals. Don't be deceived. It is the hardship you endured as taxpayers and workers that passed the IMF test. You are my person of the year. There are more tests to come, and that is why they want an election before the new budget is read. What are they hiding? According to the 9th IMF review, if the government maintains the current tax and cut strategy to pass the tests, tougher measures will have to be implemented to reduce the wage bill. For many, this means job cuts and more taxes. The government must come clean before the election and tell the people the real deal. What is the real deal with the job creation test? They have failed that. What is the real deal with the economic growth test? They have failed that too. What is the real deal with the health test? They have failed that again and again. What is the real deal with just being able to afford the basics of life? They have failed you. There is hope. The Jamaica Labour Party has a plan to pass your tests and create jobs and pay down the debt at the same time. As observed by President Obama when he visited last year, the best way to do this is to grow our economy really fast. We cannot continue to deprive and tax ourselves into poverty. Instead, we must grow into prosperity. Prosperity means a bubbling economy, creating jobs, and giving you the power and independence in your hands to improve your life. The Jamaica Labour Party is serious about growing the economy and creating jobs. This is our track record. This is what makes us different from the government. We have the prosperity plan to grow the economy, create real jobs, and improve your life. Here's how. We will reform government and establish a Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. This ministry will ensure that investments are rapidly facilitated to avoid government obstacles, such as one agency giving approval to mine sand.
Father, I come acknowledging that we have sinned against the people of Jamaica. We have sinned against our fellow man. We have sinned against our family members and relatives. We have sinned against our neighbors, strangers and visitors. We have sinned against the children, the youth and the unborn. We have sinned against the poor and the weak and the elderly and the sick. We have sinned against the free and the imprisoned. We have sinned against those in the care of the state, including the children, the mentally ill, the elderly, the prisoners, and others. We repent.
Woke up and I feel so hurt. You know, my mother died. I lost my mother yesterday. And I know that we all have to die one day. But when it's the negligence of the hospital system in Jamaica that led to the death, the sudden death of my mother, it hurts. And I think people should know what is going on in the Jamaica medical system. The health system is rubbish, it's garbage. So I ask you to blast this family, put it over pink wall. I need Christopher Tufton to see this video. I need the Prime Minister to see this video. And people need to see this video. If your family member is sick, and end up at the hospital is that you can prepare planned funeral. Planned funeral. My mother is Gloria Smith Paris from Farmer Trelawney, well known, beloved woman. Used to operate restaurant. She cooked, give everybody. She got sick in the wee hours of Friday night, early morning. She had a stroke. 2 o'clock, she complained that the pressure is high and my father gave her the pressure pill. By 5 o'clock again, she wake up herself, not responding, not talking. So they rushed to the hospital, the Farmers Hospital, and reached at the Farmers Hospital about 5:15. And listen to me well, I'm not making up any stories. She went to the Farmers Hospital 5:15 a.m. Saturday morning. And when I got the call from my mom, I reached at the hospital 5:30. We don't live together. And when we went down there, I said, all right. My neighbor took her down, so I took over for my neighbor. And I said, all right, doctor, did she get anything? They said, look like she having a stroke, so she cannot get any medication. They have to do a CT scan. I said, all right, so let's get the CT scan done. Mom, there's no CT scan machine at Farmington. Listen to me. I said, oh, if you have a hospital without a CT scan machine, a big hospital, public hospital in Trelawney, Falmouth. She said, we are in partnership with Radiology West Montego Bay, and so we have to wait until Radiology West is open, 8 o'clock. My mother is in pain, you know. When they check my mother pressure, 235 over 119. She said, my head. She said, my neck back. She said, pain. She said, go for my pressure pill in a brown bag. They said, we cannot give her anything because she having a stroke. They said, Lord Jesus, my mother is in pain. She said, my head. She said, my head. We said, all right. She wake up herself again. We said, somebody go help me change her. We change her off. We said, you have any more robe? They said, no. We said, Lord Jesus. She got time she taking off her clothes. She torment, pain in her head. She torment. She said, take my pressure pill. We said, mommy. So she in and out of consciousness. I said, mommy, you can't get no pill yet. We have to wait. We wait. We start calling Radiology West 8 o'clock. Nothing. We said, but what can go? So she's suffering and she can't get nothing. I'm watching my mother suffer and I say, I can't do anything. 8 o'clock, I said, Dr. Wilkins. I said, listen, it's 8 o'clock now. The family is ready. So we have to pay for it. I said, money ready. Let's go. Mom, you have to wait. I said, but Jesus, I said, what do you mean I have to wait? You say the place open 8 o'clock. We're trying to call the place. I said, call the hospital. Mom, I cannot call it because as you can see, I'm the only one working in emergency. But I said, that's not my business. My mother is suffering. I said, this is an emergency. You tell me to wait. I'm here from 5:30. She crying for her head. She wetting up herself. Oh God, my heart. You think it easy to watch my mother suffer? We call Radiology West. We can't get them. My sister that came from Montego Bay to Falmouth had to drive back to Montego Bay to find Radiology West at Fairview. We had to get a number. Give the hospital to call. Right? So we get the number. We pay the money. We send them the receipt. I said, see the $25,000 here, it's paid. Get my mother going so she can get the CT scan so we can start treating her. She's suffering. People, Jamaica. When we pay the bill and get the receipt, we say, all right, doctor, can we go now? Miss, you have to wait. I say, but what this family do? What you mean? I say, I'm not going to watch my mother suffer and die. Mr. President, I hope you are listening to this recording. I hope you are crying for the parent that died, the baby that died, the mothers that mourn, the fathers and uncles that mourn. Mr. Prime Minister, I hope you are listening. I hope you are listening, Mr. Prime Minister. Well, so we have to pay for it. We pay. finish it. If the video shaking, my hand is trembling, I'm weak. And it's trembling, I'm weak. Like and share this video. Like and share this video. Let the Prime Minister hear the groaning and the moaning of the mothers and the fathers and the brothers and the sisters and uncles and nephews. Like and share this video. You understand me? My brother, I come out, my brother going. My brother says, sis, they say, must wait until 12 o'clock. I said, what? And I saw me in there, my mother said, take off her clothes. So somebody has to be at her bedside. Nothing. She can't get nothing. So she's suffering, from 5:30, 5:15. The attitude, ma'am, you have to work. I'm the only one in. How come, if you have one doctor, they run emergency ward at a big type 4 hospital? And we said, can we take her to hospital? No, because if she goes to hospital, you're not going to get the CT scan result as quickly as if she do it here. We say, all right. We say, so all right, we pay the money, so where's the ambulance? Ma'am, there's no ambulance available. We say, but I want this family do. We say, so where is the ambulance? Miss, only 2 ambulance working at Falmouth and there. We say, so can we get a private ambulance? Listen me now. Ma'am, if you get a private ambulance, no hospital nurse is going to want to go. And we say, but why? Because apparently insurance will cover them if anything happens. We say, so what you let me do? We say, what you leave the family to do? We try to find a way because the hospital now have no CT scan, then I have no ambulance mover, and you have to tell me, say, no, not all, we can't, nothing, we can't provide nothing. That time woman they cry, pass the pressure pill, my head, she's from us on 5:30, no. We come off the ward, they say, must wait till 12 o'clock, so I'm watching my mother suffering with pressure extremely high. Yes? All right. 12 o'clock come, Mr. Security, can you please go in and tell the doctor it's 12 o'clock? So she needs to go down to radiology, West Montego Babes, to hospital first with some other patient and come back. Me say, you're mad. Me say, we're there for 5:30. Me say, I don't want to have it dead. Me say, security, I don't want to route to you. Me say, go back. What tell the doctor say at 12 o'clock. And my mother need to go. Security come back and say, all right, they're going to take her. So the ambulance took her after 12 to radiology. So some family member went down there at 5:30 before my mother came back to Falmouth Hospital because they packed up the ambulance with about 4 people because they shot the ambulance and they have no equipment. So if you're sick, don't go to Falmouth Hospital. You go dead. When she come back 5:30, we say, all right. She's still crying for her head, from 5 o'clock in the morning. So they put her on female medical ward. The flight over female medical ward. All right. Where the results come now so we can see what is happening so they can start treat her. No, you wait till 8 o'clock. The mother crying. She said, from morning, my head, they hurt me and you can't give me nothing. She said, my head. She said, send for me alcohol. She said, oh God, my head. She said, take it off. Take it off. The head hurt until she said, take it off. She said, take it off. Oh God, this is hurtful. This is hurtful to hear the pain of someone who are losing someone and can't do nothing to help. It is painful. But I'm wondering if Mr. Prime Minister is listening. I'm wondering if Mr. Andrew Holness is still listening to this woman cry. I hope he's still listening. She said, take off your head. She said, take off your head. My head hurt me, take it off. We said, nurse, not even little secable. The mother in a pain from morning. We said, not even little secable. They said she can't get none. you pay for the CT scan to get back the result quick. And I say at 8 o'clock with the hospital, no result. They say we have to leave. We leave, and they will call us. And everybody gather at my father, because my father is also sick. 10 o'clock, we get a call. Result come, huh? The result is when you have a prescription, she needs to get Imodipine and Panadine, and she has to get it tonight or else. And you know what or else mean? We say, okay, doctor. Dr. Lewis called me. We said, okay, so give her the medication. No. Farmouth Hospital don't have any medication. They don't have any Imodipine, so you have to go find medication tonight. We said, but pharmacy lock at 10 o'clock. Dr. Lewis said, well, 124-hour pharmacy, St. James Pharmacy is open. Call them. We call St. James Pharmacy, they don't have none. We start to call one a month to be. There's no other 24 hours. We start to call Senton. Everybody in the family. We wake up the family. They start to call Senton. No 24-hour pharmacy. We start to call Kingston because if you have to drive go to Kingston, because she has to get the medication tonight. Remember, I know she not paid from 5:30 in the morning. No medication. So everybody start to cry now. Lord have mercy. So the hospital call us and so you need to come in and sign some form for emergency surgery. We say, all right, we fly back. Go down to the hospital, after 10. They put us on to the head surgeon, Dr. Hamilton, on the phone. And he start explaining this. And I say, Doc, we cannot find the Imodipine. We say, oh, the hospital don't have no pain. We say, what the hospital have? No CT scan, no ambulance, no available, no pain. We say, what the hospital have? We say, look, my mother dead. Dr. Hamilton said, call Next Generation. That is a place that provides hospital supply. They might have the pill. Thankfully, when we call the have the pill, my family go down there in the night. $95,000, listen. $95,000 for 1 week supply. And the doctor said she wants 3 weeks supply. 60 milligram every 4 hours. We buy the pill, they must get Rico mattress, we buy it, calf pump, we buy it. We spend over nearly $150,000 that night. We get the pill reach back at farm at 1 a.m. I hand over the pill in a paper bag for us. I say, give my mother the pill, please. We go home, we say, all right, at least she might get a little ease. That time, the result, the CT scan show that my mother has bleeding, her blood vessel burst. Listening up, at a Saturday night. All right. The next day we go back, they said, she has to do a next CT scan. No problem. Let's go. 3 o'clock. We say, oh, she not going to do the scan yet. No ambulance. We say, but what happened? We say, no, this comes to test me faith. That is Sunday now, Jamaica and the world. Sunday. All right. We say, ma'am, the patient is ready. The nurses are ready to go to the next CT scan, but there's no ambulance. So we're trying to call Cornwall Regional to get an ambulance to assist. We go outside the walk hospital compound, they look the ambulance. I saw a man, an ambulance, and I flag him down like me, look bus. I said, good afternoon, sir. Are you available to take my man down to radiology? Where's to the CT scan? It is very urgent. The man said, hospital, the man said, 2 ambulance park up on this up. Go to the nurses supervisor office and tell them that ambulance is here. Then just tell me so the ambulance will get there, or walk to find the nurses' quarters. And come out of the guys here. Or walk to find the nurses' quarters. And they say, well, miss, if you see any ambulance here, they just come. We say, no, the ambulance, they park up around the back. Anyhow, she get the ambulance, and then take her to radiology rest. They gave her a contrast, I guess, to illuminate the brain for the scan. Right? When doctor called me back after 6, ma'am, we have bad news. We said, what happened now? When she went to do the scan at radiology rest, the scan machine now work. We say, what do you mean say scan machine not working? We say, what kind of evil up and down business this? We say, we don't know one thing or the other. You can imagine our frustration now as a family, right? They say it now works, so she have to go back. She have to wait until 24 hours time. But sister, Lord have mercy. I killed up and she killed my mother. We can't. Merciful God. Merciful God. This is really sad. This is really sad. Now listen to your Prime Minister and your Holiness, who are still going at it to destroy the Jamaican people, who are still going at it to destroy the people of Jamaica. Mighty God.
Made a post on social media that bordered on being defamatory, probably libelous. The person was tracked and their identity discovered. Long and short, the person was put up to doing this by another political organization. And we have been tracking several such cases where you see some posts being made that border on defamatory or libelous. And when you dig behind it, which we have the capabilities to do, and to discover the people behind these accounts, there are young persons being recruited to do this. It is purely out of good conscience that many of them we don't pursue because they are young people. They are being misled. They are being used for the wrong purpose. They are being used to, because they are native to social media, they are being used to manipulate social media, to comment on posts negatively, to spread rumors about people, to do some really nasty things. I'm not going to say too much about our capabilities to track it. And we have been tracking. And you're going to see some actions very shortly for those persons who are using social media much of what is being done is in fact against the law. I want to say to you, the people who have chosen to be a part of the Jamaica Labour Party, the Jamaica Labour Party does not use or endorse the use of social media to attack people's character, to assassinate people's character.
That is a lie. Mr. Prime Minister and your Holiness, that is a lie. I have listened over and over and over again where the Labour Party had used derogatory words against your opponents, PNP. That is a lie, Mr. Prime Minister. Wheel and come again.
To spread misinformation. We have too many good news items, too many achievements that you need to promote without.
Like the hospitals that have no beds, the hospital that have no ICC machine, the hospital that have no place for any new patient that shows up, the hospital that have been robbed over and over again, that have been used for gain in the Labour Party. That's what you're talking about.
Having to resort to attacking people. No. We deal with policies and programs and principles.
What are the principles that you are talking about? trying to shut down social media where many of your young people have earned a honest living, stopping them from going out and scamming people, stopping them from going out and robbing people, stopping them from doing all evil. They stayed home on their social media and speak freedom of speech and earn a living from that. Is that what you're talking about?
People who don't have policies, who don't have programs, and don't have principles, they try to attack people.
Try to attack people. When they speak of you, you said they are attacking you. Is that freedom of speech? You are the head of the government. People will say good things about you. People will say bad things about you, but you are the head of the government, not to attack them when they say things bad about you or when they say things not in your favor that you want to hear. You will say, well, I'm going to shut down social media because they are speaking things that is not true. It's not that it's not true, it's because you don't want to hear.
People who don't have good news try to spread bad news. And when there is no bad news to spread, they create falsehoods.
And you are the Prime Minister, not to fight, not to attack them because of what they say. You are a part of government. Local people, local residents will speak of you in any condition that they speak, and they should be held not accountable for what they speak. Freedom of speech. Accept it and be a man.
There was a time when we would have been silent about this and allow it to go on. But the world in which we live in, the world has never had the capability, as it does now, to create and generate misinformation at a scale.
Not misinformation, information that you do not want to hear. And now, as you said, the world have been changed. The things you didn't have before, now you have the capability now to shut down social media, shutting down freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Now this is dictatorship, Mr. Prime Minister.
And speed that it influences people who are normally rational and reasonable people. It is now at a point where even degreed people who have gone to school, studied in the highest institutions of the land, they are not able to discern the nonsense that comes to their phone.
No, it's not so. It's just because that they understand now that the things that they hear on social media becomes true. And this is why they question you about it now, because they are not hearing those things on national TV. So they was hearing things that was not true. But now that they hear it on social media and notice that it's all over the country, they realize that these things is reality, and this is why they question you. Thank you, sir.
Asking me if it's true. It's amazing. They don't know that there is an
And your word was supposed to be saying to them, it is true. It is true. You never heard it before, but yes, it is true. That's a leader. That is a leader attitude, a leader responsibility to speak the truth at all times, no matter what it costs, Mr. Prime Minister.
An industry called fake news. An industry set up just to do that. They call it entertainment. And if you fall for it, them say, but
Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, they are wiser now. They understand the truth from the false narrative. This is why they are questioning you now. They are much wiser now.
They will, but they're on their phones or they're watching on their computers. Utter nonsense and rubbish. But
yes, they are watching it on their computer and on their phone because they realize that the news that they get on the TV is not the fact. So when they go on their computer, they get the reality. This is where it becomes a problem for you. So now you're on a journey to shut down social media. That's why you're on a journey now. Because they was not getting the fact on the radio station, they was not getting the fact on TV, but now they are getting it on social media. Your agenda now is to shut it down, to keep those people in darkness. That is dictatorship.
They're not able to discern that it is not so. Because as long as they see it on TV or it appears to them on their screen, they take it as fact. But that's not the world in which we live in. Unmoderated information is being presented. Now, there are societies that we look on them and say, these societies are the beacons of freedom. And in those societies, they have recognized the dangers of allowing this kind of unregulated free flow of misinformation to reign. In countries like Canada, for example, even in the United States, they have taken steps through their Senate, through their Congress, through their Parliament, to call in the social media companies and say, listen, we see where your social media platforms have tried to influence our elections. You have to moderate.
And that is your problem. You are worried about re-elected as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. That is your problem. It's not necessarily the social media, Your problem is to be re-elected, and you realize that people now understand what you are doing in government. And now they get the truth of what have been done. And now you decide to shut down social media to see if you can regain your popularity. Too late, Mr. Prime Minister. Too late. The damage already done.
Because they realize it is creating a problem. It is an accelerant for conspiracies. It is being used to mislead and misinform. So I am saying to you, the young people here today, yes, it's the new platform for information, but you must use it wisely. You must use it with discernment. Not everything that is posted.
And yes, Mr. Prime Minister, if they were using the social media platform in benefit of you and your Labour Party, you will never came out to make this suggestion. You will never say anything about it. I have listened to see how many persons have gone to the hospital and died. How many babies have died? How many people are missing and never to be found? And you are never once came out and speak about those issues. But yes, you are speaking about social media issue because it affects you. What happened to the dead baby? Doesn't it affect you too? What happened to the woman that goes to the hospital and can't get any ventilator, can't get any ambulance, can't get any medication? Doesn't that affect you? What happens? That people sleeping in the hospital on their bed and chairs and floors, doesn't that affect you? No, that does not affect you because you never once came out and speak of it. But here you are, speaking about social media because it affects your election term. God bless you. You ain't gonna make it again. It's too late now. The truth already been told. People are seeing the truth. People are seeing the truth.
It is true. Check, question, and if it is not so, dismiss it. This is not an attempt to in any way dull your voice, but it is now time that you use your voice for the defense of truth, that you must make your voice heard for the defense of truth. And when people put nonsense on social media, you must tell them it's nonsense, none of us are. Because your only intent is to try to trick people to get power. That's it. That is all it is about. Trying to trick people to get power.
And if that were on the other hand, Mr. Prime Minister, if that were on the other hand, you would never speak of it. You would have accepted because you want to gain power.
So we have said to our youth organizations, mobilize the same way they are using social media and their telephones for evil, led by evil people. We must use that platform and those devices for good. We must publish all the good that we have done. We must promote the good things we have done. We must promote our values.
What are the good things? The highways and the byways and all those cash that goes in different island under different name, different circumstances, which not benefiting the Jamaican people? Is that the good you're talking about? Is that what they should talk about? Oh, how a government can hide some money, some different country under different name, different account. Is that what they're supposed to talk about? Are they supposed to talk about, oh, my government builds a lot of roads? What else? What else did the government do? And have a lot of funerals. What else?
Our principles, our programs, and our achievements. So, you are our ambassadors. You are our ambassadors for growth and innovation. And you are our ambassadors for the promotion of the good works of the party that you support.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Mr. Prime Minister. Shame on you.